He's Joe Vardon. He covers the Cavaliers for Cleveland.com, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, and kind enough to join us before he takes a flight back to Cleveland. What was that Cavs locker room last night post-game?
Well, the last two games here in Boston were quiet. That's for sure. Just kind of a lot of, by the guys out there trying and contributing, a lot of just kind of being to themselves and staring at the floor. And then there's a back row of guys, the younger guys who either aren't playing or not playing well, and they kind of have dazed looks on their faces. So, it was a rough couple of days for these guys out here.
How has this spun in Cleveland's favor in any way?
Well, Boston hasn't lost to anyone at home in this postseason. They're 9-0 now. They play much worse on the road. You've got this most simplistic sentence in sports that rings true. The Cavs have LeBron. He can turn a series. He can turn a game. They're coming back home. And this team, isn't what it once was. They don't have Kyrie Irving, obviously. But it is an organization that thrives in chaos, thrives when times are their worst. They've already faced elimination once this year. You just got to go back to Cleveland and win your games. That's all. It's not they don't need to make this bigger than it is.
If Cleveland goes down 3-0, does the spin then become what LeBron's offseason plans are, or his next stop?
Yeah, Dan. I think it does. We already the thing is, in that Indiana series, we were having that discussion in print, on television. Because it was tenuous, and you're looking at a first round exit, and that would just be unacceptable to LeBron in any way, shape, or form. You feel better, I guess, overall, I guess, about him and his future, just because they've gotten this far. But as he does his math, as he does his homework, he's going to look at this roster as is. And if they don't make it out of the conference finals against a team that was missing two of its best players, that's not going to bode well. So sure, as soon as the Celtics hit 3 in this series, whenever that is, that you go right back to that conversation.
You think Boston's going to win?
Well, I know what I know what the numbers are. It's some outrageous stat about winning the first 2 at home and going on. So, sure. But I just want to see the Celtics take one of these 2 games in Cleveland before I can go there. I guess, this is my 4th year on this beat. I showed up when LeBron did, and he's just taught me, not to declare him dead until there's, a mountain of evidence to do it. And they were down 3-1 in the finals, and again, I know it's a different team, but there's nothing he can't do. So, Game 3's in Cleveland, and the series is still there for the Cavs to get in this and give it a run.
Talking to Joe Vardon, the Cavs beat writer for Cleveland.com, Cleveland Plain Dealer. How's LeBron's health?
Well, I think he's okay. He looked dazed. That's, the kind of the blunt force that he took to the jaw there from Jason Tatum, which was on accident. That would knock a smaller man out, I think. And it definitely shook him. Ty suggested after the game that actually had affected LeBron's play afterwards. LeBron disagreed, and I don't know how true that was. He scored 17 in the second half with 6 rebounds and 6 assists. I think the Celtics made it harder on him, and maybe being dazed slowed him down enough for the Celtics to catch him. But LeBron took 29 shots in Game 2, and and 28 of them were contested. So, all that work he was doing in the first half, whether he got smacked in the jaw or not, I mean, that's going to wear you down if every time you're shooting the ball, there's somebody's hands in your face.
If you were LeBron, would you stay with this team?
I mean, that is a great question, and I appreciate the way that you put it, just because I think that the discussion can be more about basketball. You can talk about legacy, and which I think is intact either way, but there would be some PR hit if he left again. And, he's getting up there. He's 34. I don't know if he wants to deal with that again. His boy is going to be in 8th grade, his eldest son, next year. So he's almost in high school. And he's old enough that both of his boys have friends. Like, they may want to stay in Northeast Ohio, or they may not. They may want to move to L.A. where they have friends too. Savannah, his wife, all her family is in Northeast Ohio, the whole crew. The basketball calculus isn't great. I'm going to write this later today. The Cavs actually have some pieces to fix this. They have some components to move around and get another guy in here, but I don't know. I think the Rockets are learning this the hard way. I don't know that you can put together a team that can beat the Warriors. So does LeBron want to rip his family out of Cleveland to go somewhere where he's not going to win anyway? I mean, maybe he might, but I don't know. It's hard. So you asked me if I would leave Cleveland if I were him. I don't know, because like him, I'm from Akron. We lived on the same street. I guess I would say I would stay. But I get it. I totally get where he is with this. And, I understand the allure of living somewhere warm and being just in a different situation. And maybe you get an all-star to come with you and you see. So
wait, you lived on the same street as LeBron?
Yeah. I found this out, the day before the 2016, Game 7. We had a discussion. We've known each other doing this job, and we talk Akron every now and then. But there's a section of North Hill in Akron that's one of the neighborhoods there, and the street is Woodward Avenue, and it's kind of a long street. But I'm 4 years older than him, roughly, and there was a time where he was moving around like from house to house, and he stayed on Woodward Avenue, and my family and I, we stayed there. And then, he probably moved somewhere else because he was, living somewhere else about every 6 months. And then we moved to the suburbs, and it's just kind of crazy how, paths cross however many years later. But yeah, Woodward Avenue in Akron, Ohio.
You're probably not going to be living on the same block, same street as LeBron anytime soon, I'm guessing, Joe, right?
No, that's probably not, but that's fine.
Hey, safe travels back. Always great to check in with you, Joe. Thanks for spending time.
Oh, thanks for having me, Dan.
Joe Vardon, Cleveland Plain Dealer, Cleveland.com.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.